Welcome back to the Father's Mercy here in Auburn, Kentucky. And today we're going to talk about a liturgical symbol that you might come across coming into a Catholic church that you might see. So this here is a very common symbol you'll see in churches, sometimes on the altars, sometimes on the pulpit or on the vestments of priests. This is a chalice verse. And there is a X and a P looking character here. And these are actually not English letters, but Greek letters. Now, this X-like letter is the Greek letter chi. And some people will say chi, but it's pronounced chi. Chi is actually a Greek word, but the letter is chi. And this P-looking letter is the Greek letter RHO. And these two Greek letters are the first two Greek letters of the name Christ, Christos, which means the anointed one or the Messiah. And so when you see this is a representation of Christ's name. And then next to it is the Alpha and the Omega. So the first letter looks like an A, and then the Omega, which is another Greek letter, looks like an upside down U. Sometimes it looks like a W. And the Alpha is the first letter in the Greek alphabet, and the Omega is the last letter in the Greek alphabet. And this is supposed to represent how God is the beginning and the end, just like the Alpha is the beginning of the Greek alphabet, and the Omega is the end of the Greek alphabet. So when you go into a church, a lot of times you'll see these symbols. You'll see the chi rho, which is that symbolism of Christ's name, and then the Alpha and the Omega, which is that representation of God's divinity and infinite in eternity, right, as the beginning and end of all things and all existence. And so hopefully, when we come into a church now, we can have a deeper appreciation for those things and those symbols that we see. And they're just not letters that are inscribed somewhere that we don't understand. And hopefully, because the whole point of this, the symbolism of these sacred characters, they're supposed to draw our minds to some sacred mystery. So seeing the first letters of Christ's name, which goes back for many centuries as a practice of just representation of bringing our minds to Christ, and that Alpha and the Omega as the beginning and the end of all things being God himself. So hopefully, once again, this will help us have a deeper appreciation for the liturgical things that we see in the church. Dominus Vobiscum, benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus. Amen.